Hi everyone, this is Learning with Linda, and today I bring you an update regarding stimulus checks and tax rebates for the month of March in the year 2022. Now in this video, we'll be discussing the new $400 to $1,000 checks announced in 2 states. Then another state is also approving the tax rebates anywhere between $250 to $500 for some of you guys. And then there's also Oregon. Oregon will also be sending out $600 for low income coming this summer. Now we also have an update regarding California. I've mentioned in one of my previous videos, you guys, about the guaranteed income program that will start accepting applications very soon. This state specifically will be sending out $1,000 for 3 years, you guys. So definitely stay until the end of this video to ensure that you receive this information. Now, before we get started, if you're interested in the latest news regarding stimulus, child tax credit, SNAP, PEBT, and everything in between, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button down below. Now let's get right to it. And also guys, don't forget to subscribe to my new YouTube channel called Linda Savings. In this channel, I'll be showing you guys all the latest sales, discounts, and offers available at some of your favorite stores, including Walmart, Target, Aldi, and many other more. If this is interesting to you, then this is definitely the channel for you. Don't forget to subscribe. Link to the channel will be in the video description. And as always, thank you so much for your support. And also don't forget to take advantage of these offers. Let's start with the Ibotta app, where you can get cash back when doing your grocery shopping. You can also receive $10 once you've signed up and uploaded your first receipt using the referral code that is on this screen. And now for those of you guys that want to maximize your rewards, you can use a second app like Fetch Rewards to upload that same receipt you just uploaded to the Ibotta app. Fetch is actually super easy to use, as it will give you points just for uploading any type of receipt. You'll even get an additional 2,000 points just for signing up with this referral code. And finally, don't forget that you can shop for your groceries on Amazon using your p-ebt or your EBT card. The good news is that this one is completely free. No membership is required. And now for those of you guys that want to try out Amazon Prime to purchase other things, you can definitely try it out completely free for 30 days. Just go ahead and click that link in the video description. And now guys, as I've mentioned in some of my previous videos, the chances of getting a 4th stimulus check from the federal government, well, it's not looking very likely right now. However, remember guys that these states, several states actually received money from the federal government during the whole pandemic. Therefore, a lot of states will have a surplus this year. Now, the states have, pretty much the power to decide what to do with that extra money. Some of them are deciding on tax rebates. Some of them are discussing stimulus checks. Others are looking for ways to spend that money that will be obviously better for the people, right? So California is talking about a new $400 tax rebate proposal. So a group of California lawmakers on Thursday announced a proposed $400 gas rebate for every taxpayer amid record high gas prices. And of course, this is going all over the United States, right? These gas prices are they just continue to go up, guys. So Assemblywoman Cody Petrie Norris and several other lawmakers announced their proposal to use $9 billion of the state's budget surplus to provide a $400 rebate to every California taxpayer. Many Californians are feeling severe financial pain at the pump and looking to California's leaders for help. This is something that Petrie Norris said in a statement. "We believe a rebate is the best approach to directly put money in people's pockets." Now, they also added that the rebate will do more than cover the current 51.1 cent per gallon gas tax for 1 full year of weekly fill-ups for a car with a 15-gallon gas tank. The group of lawmakers added that under their proposal, every California tax filer will receive a rebate, including taxpayers who don't own or drive a car. So that's definitely something different compared to what Newsom was trying to do, right? So the gas rebate is only a proposal at this point. It will have to go through several committees and votes before anyone sees the money. Now, remember guys that last week, California Governor Gavin Newsom proposed a tax rebate to ease some of the pain at the pump in his state. Newsom said he is planning to submit a revised budget to the state legislature that would put money back in California's pockets to address the rising gas prices, but he did not immediately offer any details of how much of a rebate would be or when he hopes it could hit bank accounts. Now remember guys that nothing is official just yet for my friends in the state of California. However, it does seem like the governor and a couple of other state legislatures are also looking at helping people, especially with these rising gas prices. So I'll definitely continue to keep you updated as more information becomes available. And now moving on to those in the state of Minnesota. Remember guys, I've also mentioned in one of my previous videos that Minnesota also had pretty much a bigger surplus than initially projected. So therefore, they're now announcing a new proposal of anywhere between $500 to $1,000 checks for those in this state. So Governor Tim Walz announced on Thursday that he wants to spend more of the record-breaking projected state budget surplus on financial aid for retirees, improving the public health system, and sending out sizable tax rebate checks to millions of Minnesotans. So state leaders found out last month that they had an estimated surplus of nearly $9.3 billion. And this is to use in the current legislative session, a $1.5 billion jump from the previous forecast. So obviously they have a lot more money than they initially thought they did. So before the surplus grew, Walz proposed a $175 checks for individuals and $350 for married couples. And again, guys, this is something I had mentioned in one of my previous videos. Now, on Thursday, he said he would bump that up to $500 for single tax filers and $1,000 for couples. Now, other big ticket additions to his budget plan include $73 million to ensure a 2.5% cost of living increase for retirees on public pension plans next year, an additional $23.5 million annually in public health funding, and then also $20 million for emergency shelter services and $20 million for a Main Street economic revitalization program. However, Republican lawmakers who control the Senate in Minnesota are instead pushing for permanent tax cuts, including cutting Minnesota's first-tier income tax rate and eliminating taxes on Social Security. Now, guys, given that the Senate and the House of Representatives in this state are dominated by the opposite party, meaning Republicans and Democrats, there is little indication that state officials would be able to break through partisan divides in the coming months to agree on tax and spending measures. Now, guys, of course, we hope with all of our hearts that this proposal does go through for my friends in the state of Minnesota, especially since the governor wants to bump up the stimulus checks or these rebate checks, right? Anywhere between $500 to $1,000, which is always a good thing. Now, the only thing that we need pretty much is for the Senate and the House of Representatives to pretty much get on board with with this new proposal, meaning the Republicans and the Democrats, so that, you know, they can then send it to the governor for him to sign. And now moving on to my friends in the state of Georgia. Now, your governor has finally signed anywhere between $250 to $500 tax rebates, guys. So Governor Brian Kemp on Wednesday signed a $30.2 billion mid-year budget that includes raises and bonuses for workers and a $1 billion tax refund for Georgians. Now, the budget includes $1.6 billion for state income tax refunds that Kemp proposed earlier this year after the government ran a surplus in the fiscal 2021. So a state fiscal note last week suggested the refund program, which would give single tax filers a $250 refund and joint filers $500, would actually cost closer to $1.1 billion. So the Senate gave final approval on Wednesday to House Bill 1302, which would allow single Georgians to receive a $250 refund when they file their taxes, and then joint filers would receive $500. So there you have it, you guys. The refunds would go to those who filed returns for both the tax years 2020 and 2021, and the money would be available in 6 to 8 weeks. And so once again, for my friends in the state of Georgia, you're definitely going to be receiving these tax rebates anywhere between $250 to $500. Now, the only thing I was able to find in terms of time frame, it says that the money would be available in 6 to 8 weeks. I don't have an exact date or further information as to exactly how these tax rebates will come to you. But please know that I will be bringing that information to you as soon as it is available. And now, in case you missed it, for my friends in the state of New Mexico families will also be getting anywhere between $250 to $500 in tax rebates this summer. So roughly 850,000 New Mexicans will get rebate checks between $250 to $500 in July. And this is, of course, after Governor Michelle Grisham signed off last Tuesday on a broad tax package underpinned by a state revenue bonanza. So in addition to one-time rebates for taxpayers who made less than $75,000 last year, the tax changes approved by the governor include exempting Social Security benefits from taxation for most New Mexico retirees, and then also trimming the state's gross receipts tax rate for the first time in 40 years. So remember, guys, that under the final version of the bill, which is House Bill 163, a rebate of $250 will be sent to individual taxpayers with total income of less than $75,000, while heads of households and married couples filing jointly will get $500 rebate checks if they reported earning less than $150,000. So once again, if you're in the state of New Mexico and you made less than $75,000, you're filing single, you'll qualify for a rebate of $250. If you're married filing jointly, or you're the head of household and you're earning less than $150,000, then you qualify for the $500 rebate check. And now moving on to those in the state of Oregon. As I mentioned in one of my previous videos, Oregon will also be sending $600 checks this summer for low-income families. So earlier this month, Oregon lawmakers approved a $600 one-time stimulus payment to low-income workers who were on the job in the early days in the pandemic. So those who qualified for and claimed the earned income tax credit on their 2020 personal income tax returns or filed an amended 2020 tax return by April 15th will be eligible to receive the payment. So those are the requirements, you guys. So eligible Oregonians will not be required to go through an application process and can expect checks or direct deposit as soon as June. And also remember, guys, that the state of Michigan is also sending $400 refund checks for drivers. So the $400 refund checks issued to drivers are intended for those who had their vehicles insured by October 31st of the year 2021. Now, the Michigan Catastrophic Claims Association has acted upon Governor Whitmer's call to return surplus funds to Michigan policyholders and will begin the process of refunding $400 per vehicle to Michigan drivers. So who is eligible, right? So all vehicles that were insured as of 11:59 p.m. on October 31st of the year 2021 are eligible to receive a refund if the vehicle was covered by a policy that meets the minimum insurance requirements for operating a vehicle on Michigan roads. Over the next 60 days, the $400 refunds owed to drivers will be deposited electronically in bank accounts. So guys, any drivers that are eligible to receive a refund but don't get a check by the May 9th deadline, and remember, guys, that this deadline is something that was pretty much imposed on the state by law, they can contact their insurance company for more questions. So if May 9th comes and you haven't received your $400 refund check and you know you are eligible, please contact your insurance company. And now, guys, as I mentioned in one of my previous videos, California is also starting applications, or they're going to start accepting applications for the Guaranteed Income Program. Now, through this program, they'll be pretty much sending out $1,000 every month for 3 years to certain families. So obviously you have to submit your application in order to be considered for this program, right? So here is the website information. It's ceo.lacounty.gov/PAI/breathe. And that's the website, guys, where you would need to apply as soon as that the application opens up on the website, right? So now, once again, guys, it's called Breathe LA County's Guaranteed Income Program, and the application process begins on March 31st. Here I've pulled up the website for you guys. As you can see, no application is available as of yet, since it's going to start on March 31st, and obviously it's still not that date, right? So here on the website, you're going to find information as to who is eligible. So to be eligible for this project, you must meet all of these requirements. You can go ahead and read through these yourself. Now, here at the bottom, you can also find the income eligibility table. So depending on your income, obviously that's how they'll determine if you are eligible for this Guaranteed Income Program or not. And then also remember, guys, that you must live in certain areas. So here is the eligibility map. And then as you can see, it's all the areas that are pretty much in the magenta color. So here is LA. And then here you can find more information as to, how you can enter your address here to find out whether or not you live within the area that would be considered eligible for this program. And then also if we scroll here to the bottom, it says how to apply. Now, I did mention in one of my previous videos that you would pretty much be applying online. Now, I am keeping in mind that there are certain individuals that would prefer to apply in person, and that's perfectly fine. So if that's one of you, you would prefer to apply in person, then I would definitely recommend for you to go on this website. And then it says down here, one of the frequently asked questions is, how do I apply? Can I apply in person? And so basically what they're doing is they've pretty much they have designated locations for you to apply in person. There is a list, you guys. So I'll go ahead and pull it up here for you. Go ahead and click there. And then right here you find Breathe LA County's Guaranteed Income Program. It says in-person enrollment center. So obviously you're going to find the address of the closest to you, the location. Right here you have the name, you have the phone number if you wish to call to get more information regarding this program. Here is San Gabriel Valley area, Metro LA area, West LA area. If we scroll down, it's South LA, East LA, South Bay, and so forth. So I'll definitely be linking that information to the website online in the video description. And that is all the updates that I have for today. Remember to turn on your notification button to know when I have uploaded a new video. See you guys next time.